Hello, welcome to Tech Worlds, Tech Globe Map, something like that. So it is first chapter with the vibe of competition. This is a new channel, so I will be talking in another way with new people and people from before as well. So what was happening in the other channel that sealed and closed and turning a chapter through a new channel. I'm a role player of virtual reality. I'm trying to keep playing in a more serious format in this channel with character traits that are referent only to real life. And what is this tech globe map about? Who are we? Questions like that. Philosophical, but not getting too metaphysical. And no stories that are ooh, no stories that are crazy. Just common sense here and talking to help all those who like to have new ideas and put from their part, because this is a big puzzle. I mean, so huge we cannot even see it until we do technological globe map. That's 3 floors for each continent and each culture as they wish. Yeah. So well, to understand the world as we see it in miniature, because we are the miniature and creation itself is larger than this world. So let's not crack our heads too much to imagine the universe. Is we could imagine to see it 360 degrees, but for that you need a character that's not human, right? In virtual reality, perhaps. I'm gonna refrain myself to keep it real. So well, yeah, this channel, I'm gonna be a bit more informative because in the sequence of this frame time, I am transitioning between 2025 and 2026. And I thought just to cheer up and drink, get drunk, and celebrate the closing year, the beauty that brings us together. I'm gonna be here like for 3 hours, and who knows, maybe I fall asleep because I've drank 1 bottle of wine. Normally, I would take codeine pills, that's morphine, in New Year for 10 years. I will do it every year. Last year, and just to not feel the pain of being without that, I love. I gave myself to this mission and thought that would be a good way to to keep what I love most. But we all we all change, things change, and to keep the best memory of all times, to recover, to regenerate. I mean, this is this is this is a closing year that I have put New Year 2026 around the world. So you have many channels. I have put BBC because I'm in England for the current time, for the space that we are moving with. Here we go in competition. So that's sort of like the vibe from the end to the beginning, and reasonably that's how it works in the agendas around the world. Thanks to all the people that got united, so we have the same agenda and same page. even though we will close the year of the snake in China as well next month, next 20 days. 20 days, yeah. So it's kind of like the snake closing, uh, biting its tail is the meaning of an eternity, a cycle of eternity, because each eternities also have their ends and beginnings, which is more or less a state. The end and the beginning is a state of immortality, is a climax. And celebrating that we can see the world and that we can rationalize as we work together to see the world. We need the genius from around the world as well, and the influencers to bring them up, not through companies and corruptive information where employees don't get the information through because they're afraid of bringing something new from somebody who is new. And it needs to be filtered through transparency. So, well, here we are. Just have a good time. I got to dress here alone. Put my shoes, high heels. I couldn't find the other one, so I put the other one because my closet is in a corner there against one of the doors. And each door is sort of collapsed because I need to put it out in the garden house and get a new garden house for utilities in the backyard and put it as our spaces get puzzling. So maybe it's a bit the studies are about influencers in here, and I'm going to be more pragmatic, studying the ones that I'm around, um, thanking the ones that are always there. Cheers for that. Woo! You know, it's better than morphine, I guess. But this is what I love of drunk man. Is a spiritual state, the state of drunkenness. There is one cup there. So well, at least I got my high heels in here to feel in the modes. It is even if you don't see the feet, this is for how I feel, right? You only don't dress for others, you dress for yourself. A special occasion. Your pose changes as well with what you are dressing and covering yourself according to the scenario and the time, or the time and the scenario. So you can change the scenario for certain symbolic timings and strong happenings. And here we are. I wanted to I wanted to just say thank you to 2025. Uh, be able to say thank you. So just thank you for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Thank you. That's my toast. Thank you that I'm still alive. Thank you for the welfare for those who are vulnerable. Thank you for allowing me to be crazy and vulnerable and just open my mind, not my legs. But yeah, thank you to have opened my legs as well. It's been 10 years alone, so joke about it. I think is vulgar and you shouldn't talk about those things. Oh, I'm crossing my legs now, right? I don't want to bring any visual effects in your imagination. So we're going to talk about reality and imagination. The influencers, of course. Oh, well, the name my name is Patricia Arawane Placencias. Oh, Patricia Placencia. The fact of all this is that I will be naming by name and last name in this channel. I'm not going to be talking about other people with gossips or things that are private. I might reserve that to privacy settings. I don't want to go viral with things because everything is moving, everything is changing, and you keep the best in your behavior, your relationships, and your transformation. Until the last Trump, until the last Trump. Should be glorious trumping to break through. So supporting our leaders as they are is okay. No one is perfect. Some are better in their own in their own accords. It gets boring if I start to talk like professing or teaching what is better. I have so many notebooks for so many themes. The oceanic part is so mysterious. Like anything that could happen, worst case scenario, go there. Go there. It doesn't matter if you go underground. We're gonna get to you unless you go there. But Hawaii is not good enough to hide yourself. The violins from Europe. There's the violins. The drama. So I don't want to bring pronostics as well. If this thing is happening, this could happen. I want you to imagine worst case scenario. So you don't do that. And remember, flip and continues towards the positive that's unknown to you. Violence feels very powerful and right. We're moving into the unknown. And that is all we know is 2026. I already said that if other explosions happen, don't blame anyone. Because even if there is a peace deal, explosions are gonna happen from even people of their own country who are against a peace deal. So please allow the jokes, allow these phenomenons happening. There is a timing where this is going to be found, who's done this, and to correct for its as its fulmination is coming abroad in a wound that has been created by multimedia and war as we sharpen our what can I tell you, man? What do you want me to tell you? Sharpen what? Whatever, your pencil, whatever you want to sharpen, whatever you want to enlarge, whatever you want to relax. Just you can use your intellect, sharpen your intellect, sharpen your senses, sharpen your profile. Yeah. Normally, I would write a letter of what I want for next year. Yeah, of course, a great idea. No doubt. There's another layer there of the world. There it is. So that's the world according to woman in pink. That would be just one layer. You can see the women around the world. Just what are they doing? What are they doing? Are they losing their minds? Like they are exploring parts of the brain you've never used before. So it's just like woman be, man. They will tell you their story. Of course, privacy is very important. I like to be private. It's something very private, right? You are sharing alone in your privacy and at the same time recording for your future generations to see how an idea just started to ripple with the first ones and the second ones and the third ones and the fourth ones. So we just should give it a cheers for the first one to have a percentage. It's not like a pyramidal thing because this is multiple. This is to explode in an implosion and multiply around the world at the same time without anyone left on any continent. We could at least start with one technological globe map. So get ready to get tired of me talking about it this year. That's the end of the cycle in 2026. What is gonna happen in the next 5 years and 6 years? You tell me. I'll be listening. Yeah, Nick Fuentes, the world. America first until the world and beyond. America has a big percentage, so say thank you that the best people from around the world have gone to United States of America. Each one has its role. I feel profound compassion and a spiritual heightening as my mother is dying. And after her death is going to impact my heart. I used to have so much love for my mother. I was told to leave my mother many times. I had this Home Depot complex or being in love with your mother. Only your mother. Is everything perfect with your mother? So well, um, I will be with her in silence, and in silence, I am with her. She's giving me so much love that's been the possibility to love unconditionally around me. So much love. There you go. It's just that um, I wish you to have a good time and celebrate, really. Thank you for all those who's been inspiring others to speak the truth and been talking there for so long. The Joe Rogan, Remember the you might be the first, you're not the last, so you want many. You want many to also join you and support the new generation. There's something greater than a president. You can see the you can support their ideas for the tech world map and their own words. I'm not a director or scriptwriter, but I was trained to be one by my father, and I named myself a director of role play just to take just to publicize myself with my characters. But to team up is to be one player among the players. So that is the beauty about our generation. And to trust in our inner authority with other authorities is very masculine from the patrimony that's been given to us with our knowledge, with our freedom, with our possibility to embrace through our power and our religious continuity. So I want to say thank you as well to warriors and of all sorts, and leaders and kings and especially influencers, normal people that consider themselves among the average, showing what they have, who they are. To my neighbors, I gave them some fudge with whiskey, so they must be already tipsy. It's funny because you just touch the flavor of wine or anything and you already start to feel drunk. It's just the memory of it, the melancholy as well. So, well, this channel is going to be more pragmatic and directional with the script, not just to create content and allow time to pass by, um, to be a little more discreet or just discreet. And of course, people can take advantage and twist in their behalf the truth when some truths are just moving, they're just on certain corners of visualization and movement and exploration of the soul to whom you are, not what you want to be. What is it that we are with that's eternal? And what is technological? What are we learning with each other? What what is possible with the tools we have? If you trust your inner authority and the authority of others. So I leave the lead to Candace owns. She owns it. Ian Carroll. He's very good for mapping and showing information of corrupted people. What about showing all the mapping information and talking about it as well? Because you all have the belief to have the reason to stop corruption in a map where we can see the mathematics of everything that's flowing throughout the taxes of the government. And of course, Nick Fuentes. It would be very boring otherwise. So, moving forward, You be as you are. You are with or against. This is not a political party. This is the future as we are stepping on it right now. Erika Kerr could join if she wants to win a role within this game where she's playing the white girl, right? That's what you look like in your nature. Black girl, the this one, the other one, whatever. You can fight about these things and make a joke about it. But as Ian Carroll said, okay, now let's get serious. So he said very nice words to Nick Fuentes, and without roasting him, he stopped doing those jokes back. So, Ian Carroll alone would be very boring. It's like, yeah, of course, conspiracies. So you have the best solution of all to have fun and pass the ball with your jokes. Hey, you can keep bullying each other. That would be a lot of fun as well. It's funny because like Elon Musk was bullied in school, but he was beaten up till death. That he came back to Earth and was in the hospital. That's another story. How he built stamina to keep on. So I've seen that Candace Owens was also bullied in school and she won a lawsuit. So I've never been bullied. I was in the school of the Prince of Spain where we didn't need to do that. They were all wealthy people and Catholic Christians, all wealthy, healthy, happy. A little bit of snobbish towards somebody that the joke, like giving a cone so it brushes its hair. He happened to be the son of a terrorist, so something that could be funny as a gift in a form of. I had defended, so we were all together in class, and we were all leaders in my class, and nobody was talked back behind their backs. So the person that gave the gift, he was right. Well, he needs to brush his hair, and his family was not there for that. His family was thinking of how to take money from the rich, kidnapping rich people, asking for money. That's the way they would get money for explosives. That was in the 80s in Madrid. And thankfully, we don't have more terrorists, thanks to the Irish president and the people themselves. So the school gave a free education to Lucas. That was his name. And I say to not talk bad about him. He didn't do anything. We are lucky that we have people to do our hair. Not that I do it anymore, as I should, I guess. I want you to know that you're loved, and everyone also loves to be loved and be taken care of. Even if you need to brush your hair and you need a tool or you need the care and the attention. But there are many rich kids also that are not being taken care of. They're being thought to be frivolous, without a heart, without a quantum intelligence. Even if you are top narcissist, you can have the same empathic quantum vibe of being in synchronicity with all that is yours within your patrimony. I'm going to talk a lot about patrimony as Patricia. And break down the laws from 74 of the right of free determination and free will. It took me 6 months getting to the head office and the CEO after 6 months, and the manager, regional manager. It was when I told the regional manager that she got in charge and took that poster out of the building. Yet it took me 7 months, if not 10 or 9. With free will determination, that would have happened in one day without so much protocol, creating enemies who changed my narrative from the person who put that poster in the building that has an arrow against the entrance of the building, meaning is against of the constitution of the entity of the building. That's my work, in my work. That's the meaning of free will and determination within huge companies that have many, 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 many places. As many people in between, just to do one little thing. So of course you look like an insect bothering the big guys. And sometimes there are people that never have property of their own. They never administrate. They had never administrated with it in their DNA, the history of their DNA. Just imagine how the future would be with people who are managing, they are taking stock, they're talking the truth. This is this, this is that, boom, 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 boom. Just the pattern is there. All these things missing as well out of your head. You don't need to think about these things if you are the owner, sole owner among many members of this entity. Because people can take care of what's in the book with one call. Not that you're the enemy, but everyone is reporting this. So why do you need more chaos? Just put people's salary up instead of having corrupted managers that steal and also think to be superior so they can all. Because some don't steal, but they like to feel superior with those who are. So they steal. Because if you don't have me, I won't be there saying how good you are, how good we are, because we triangulating. Some people know that's being a triangulation and they keep on, yeah, 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 until they have the right evidence, of course. Thanks God. They are going to the core of the evidence so they don't have trials based on fake words. Because there is no such a fake evidence as a lie. Everything is being recorded throughout time and the history of the world. You can't control everything. You will be found on your cheating nowadays, as Epiphaustius in Greek mythology show with his net of iron in the cosmos to expose the cheating of Mars and Venus, or in Greek mythology, Ares and Aphrodite, who were cheating on him, meaning that you will see through internet now the cheatings of war and love, political as well. Take that. And cheers for those who can transform and regenerate themselves. Bravo. Cheers. And hero, the meaning of heroes, bring it back to the dictionary of English, please. That's why people fight for to be heroes, because they're being cheered in Olympus. The highest knowledge we have before God wishes you to embrace yourself, as I would love to embrace myself as well, with my children and my beloved one. So that's forever. That your beloved is a creation itself with you as well, and that no one can break. Friendship is the highest love before compassion. I'm just looking at my wall. This wall has a lot of pictures. I wish my mother can tell me everything from her history. I can write it down, but her essence is more important to me. I've been with her all my life, and yes, there has been betrayal, of course. There's no mother that is perfect. Also, they wish to have a time of their own. But a good mother will let you go. The problem with Jesus is that his mother was better than Mary Magdalene. So he didn't care of their love, creation, and relationship. But he knew very well that breaking through life and death would bring a mystery down on earth. So they fight for what he meant. That is a great love, to give yourself for others in the future. He didn't know it was gonna last like 2000 years, right? He knew it was gonna last. Against Mary Magdalene's wishes to keep heaven on earth with their cheering atmosphere and loving and welcoming others, and let him to shine through. But those days are gone. There's only you now. Now that you can see the world at large, and the veil has been opened for you to share with others directly for what you really want to say, for the truth you want and the values that you want. What is that you want, that you have to give? There is always a fusion. I really love this pen. I'm gonna buy another pen, a fountain pen. This is from Japan. It's very cheap actually. It's around £10 or 12 for so there it is there. Like Sailor Moon. That's so cool. It's beautiful. What would you do for a tech globe map? I don't know if you see the picture of it. It's like a computer screen. You can go to Texas, Google Texas, no, Las Vegas, and the globe. And you will see a circumference of a screen that's rounded. But this map needs to be all fulfilled, not like a sunset. Yeah, I was talking about it and then I found that it already exists, the screens. So there you go. You know, Chinese are doing this, the curvature of the screens already. So let's make peace with the Chinese, Venezuelans, all of them, please. Harmony, flow, yo. And send me a good letter to open for good news so it starts to rotate around the world at the same time. Open. And a letter. You can go to meet the directors of each continent and culture from around the world. I will only speak with them. I will never speak with people around it. They will be designed to foster, to patronize other influencers of their own culture and continent, like Jordi Wild. And maybe the station is in Venezuela. Yeah. But Jordi Wild is the director there. So Maduro can maybe advance with his own comedy and dancing, since he put him on a comic strip. He put comic, he or his people, his artist put Jordi Wild on a comic, like if he was the enemy. So let's have fun with the extremes and polarities, but bring a good story for the people so they can also trust there is credit for them to return. Accepting our differences as Spanish people, Native American in South America, and Afro Americans in South America, and immigrants from Europe in South America. That's the narrative. Now, just now, because Trump had, this is true, right? Thanks to the CIA of his side. So let's try to go towards the light and see we're making a better world. Yeah. So the prepotence is smoothed away if Maduro likes to remain in power and get a few people from America, a few from the United Kingdom. Maybe he just wants people from United Kingdom and some Venezuelans to return, the engineers of petrol. And those boats that were taken to be returned as well. So there's a little percentage that's helping to administrate, to bring the machines. The Middle East also is helping Venezuela. They asked for South America as well. The prince of, he knows who he is, of Emirate Arabs. I have to write down all the names these years. these years and be more straight with the storyline as it is going around the world. I can bring spirituality in this channel, but it will be more pragmatic and technological to communicate with the affairs. Explosions are going to continue from independent people, even that belong to their own country and military. Even there are peace deals being done by the leaders. So do not allow the drama to continue with these explosions, even if a peace deal has been accepted. I am very tipsy already. I guess it's half a bottle. Half a bottle. Campo Viejo is from Spain, La Rioja, and it means the old fields. It's an energetical field that's supporting you. And this part is there in half of the bottle. For those who know that half the bottle is full and half the bottle is empty. It's very Venus in Aquarius to talk about quotes that are famous of is that is the low. Because we know these quotes are the low. That's very Venezuelan as well. I wish to meet that friend that I had. That's Blanca. Her name is Blanca. I forgot her last name. But her husband was James Miles, and she moved to UK. She's Venezuelan. So she might be Blanca Miles, like kilometers, but miles. They will tell you a story of me that's not recorded. But she knew all the Venezuelan codes and married a British guy. When we were in our early 20s. I have dream of her. Her mother was a nurse, and just telling stories, I'm a bit dipsy and doesn't matter anymore. It's 10:22, so here we go. 21. 10:22. 10:21. I just love to tell these stories and see what happened to us, people that you never saw again. And yes, it's a scandal if you want to put it out there. I came to think that it's not the best way to do what I was doing. I really wanted to do an ashram in the middle of the jungle in Venezuela where we could meditate and have a technological underground where we would never be hacked. When I expressed this, Max Zuckerberg started doing underground in Hawaii. Oh, bad, not good. But what if we just share together for virtual reality? Yeah, let's stop the crap. Let's have hope and possibility. Man, if I have to be drunk every day, I will. There's so much love in the world. If you really look at it, like really, it's so beautiful. If you really look what people do for the people they love, mothers and fathers, that everything's going to be okay, even if their children going through something they don't understand, but they want to make them happy. They would wish other things are not like that, really. But that's all they can do to feel they're going to a good direction. Unfortunately, men are very castrated, so they make things they don't want to. Sometimes they hate women because they want to fuck them, but they can't because it's not socially accepted to rape them, mistreat them because they rape them. Or like now, we go to before going to prostitutes was one thing, but now with multimedia is another thing. So that's another subject that's traumatic because men could do these things and women could get paid, and it was all hidden, but now could be found. When I'm very old, I really want to write about the health of sexuality and the sacredcy of it while being loyal to one, while being loyal with one and others, but being honest, it's just for one night or one time, and to explore yourself with consentment. This is the only way to stop pedophilia. It's been taught by Osho, by one Sri Rajneesh. When women are more free, there will be less pedophilia. There's nothing more beautiful to have man and woman together in holiness because they want to, not because they have to socially, because of religion and society. If they're really together because they really love to, and they love the outside world, the inside world, and their work as they are, that's perfect. That is perfect. I'm against what Osho said. The It's a trauma through many generations for women because they hunker to be married in true love. I do really believe that man and woman can become one in one bigger soul, an entity as one, not just with the people they have killed and raped, because they are lost souls working for you, asking for redemption to free them or be part of you in a greater way. That's it. The spirit has many stories behind it. Imagine if I drink more wine, the stories I would tell. It's supposed to be like for tech globe map. But these are stories that run through a spirit and this history of our families and ancestors and the DNA. Like if you look at the frequency of this guy who killed his parents, his name is Nick. I forgot right now. You know that his father is a director. If you really search into it, the parents of his mother were in the Holocaust, or his mother, and she was the only survivor of the Holocaust. So you can see recorded that she had problems with mental illness, what's been said, and also her daughter wished to kill herself. When you're really talking about the mapping of the emotional field throughout families and culture, what happened in the Holocaust, which is murdering. And I have murder in my blood, so I also have that in another way. That can be suicidal or killing another, is the same emotion of killing yourself or another. So that feeling goes away. And it's also related scientifically with the schizophrenia. And it's also related with some people that take a lot of drugs to calm down that emotion. My boyfriend, that we're separated by law, and he's free to be whatever he wants to do. But his family, like the family of his father, his mother is British, and I think he will allow me to say this. But his family from Iran has been persecuted to death in Iran, where Babylon was, and they are from a part of Muslim or Arabic, how you call this religion, that believes in peacefulness, because the son of Muhammad was against war, and Muhammad wished for his son to rule, but they kill him. They kill him because they wanted to war. But he was a profound, studied prince. He was born a prince. And probably he loved all his pleasures as a prince. On those times, it was just unconditional. Whatever you wish to do, you do. As a man, of course, or woman was different. Oh, women have their period and have children and have to keep boundaries to know who's the father, so they have other structures within kingdoms to be loyal and be devoted. And still, you have these characteristics where you see a part of the Muslim world wishes peace, and the other one is at war with victimization. That was played ahead, knowing that victimization will be supported with the money from the patrols they will corrupt with to earn a claim power from the masses who always help the victims. But they provoke this. I've been there in the Middle East, and this has been recorded to the MI6 from me as a nanny governess. I was a nanny governess, and I felt the urge and the responsibility to report, because my father taught me to report as a civilian. Every child at school should have a lesson how to report to government or the right office, not as a spy, but as a civilian within the law, what's rightful. So I had to. I really love the family that gave me that job. I wish to be part of their family. But I thought, oh my God, I'm going to forget my children. My children are first. I was forgetting my own identity because they were so beautiful. I was part of them as a ghost, just serving them. I had no selfishness. Everything was for them as a nanny governess for their twins. I'm gonna leave it at that because I respect their privacy. So they treat me so well, and I love them dearly. And I could understand their pain for losing Palestine because they came from Palestine in Jordan. To be a little more close to the truth. So you know who they are. I could give their name and last name. That's not the point. I really love them. It doesn't mean I will support this war. The Jews are the same. They are extremists. They've forgotten the roots of who they were to be. I remember to talk especially of the covenant. So you let go of that. The covenant has been, okay, 10 commandments, but they thought to triangulate through our history, to put another one down. So you put people in your tribe or as allies as they are in your business. Thanks God the good has happened and the good continues to emerge through new phenomenons. I wish you to have the best of your own culture prevail with its own beauty, to allow the world to investigate the beauty that you have, as they love to live in their own culture most of the time, while enjoying yours, with mansions into villages. Because the number one technological effort, as the King Charles of the Second of United Kingdom wishes for the environment to have equilibrium with the natures in this world, and Prince William does with his you know what, he really wishes to go into the stars. I know that, I heard that when he was doing what he was doing in Brazil, but he said until the stars, not just Earthshot prize, until the stars, he said. So I do listen to all of you, you know. You can be friends. There's no need to have a competition and to be against you, to win another over, when you can work this together in better terms, regenerating. You know what is what. So I'm just here playing the twat, the unknown twat. But this is a channel for influencers, and I wanted to introduce what I left in 2024. So this book is for influencers, and the themes are Asia, China, India, Nepal, Oceania, the Commonwealth, crypto, and brick. As we are finishing with 2025, USA, South America, Europe, Africa, the Middle East, Russia. It's not only that. This one has nothing. And this one, I have not opened this page because it's been in storage. Oh wow, this one is an album. So yeah, this is an album for, I'm going to meet the director of each of these. Only the director. Yeah. Maybe the director is in Spain, but the globe technological map is in South America and Venezuela. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Maybe they're in the same place in their continent and culture. So, and the other book I have is for all the spiritual realms channels. in all the platforms in internet. Yeah, X, YouTube, and so on so far. Welcome the young generation to host. Please support them. Not just TikTok. Yeah. TikTok is not for the Jews, all right? I wanted TikTok to be part of a universal understanding and a universal love. You need to have a character trait from Christianity. If you are a Jew or a Muslim or a Buddhist. But we have much to learn from the Buddhists as well, especially from the laughing Buddhas that keep on laughing. So, what is the last joke? You keep on with your joke. It doesn't matter how much you roast each other, but keep on with at least keeping it even at the end. Well, I shouldn't drink so much, really, but this New Year is coming, so this is part of celebrating the old. I could keep this for my birthday, the other half of the bottle. I would say is a third of 45%. Is the 10th of January. You know that if I see the children in the world knowing they have credit, that they can study what they love to do without the need of having so many lessons, but they need sports, they need to learn about spirituality, a basic of math is very important, no matter if you are dyslexic. It's very important to learn how to divide and multiply, especially to multiply. All right? The Jews thought how to divide and conquer, not the Roman Empire. That came later. With the Bible. Let's make our Bible to a trilogy with this season, our generation. And let's make this tapestry lineal with the multiplicity we have around the world as one. I really love Candace Owens. She's very intuitive and sharp to the realistic word that needs to be applied. I appreciate she respects Erica Kirk, and at the same time she exposing those who come to her to tell their truth, whatever is evidence to it or is to come to the light. It's better you confess with God, with your inner consciousness, and surrender to the works of God. But to have mercy and compassion is very important. You know, maybe the Jews had invested a lot of money already in Charlie Kirk, and then he betrayed them. But he was in his right to do so, to stop the genocide. So we have a complexity of information, and it's normal that people get lost. I mean, you need to role play with the character sticks to understand the complexity of the many verses. I mean, I myself would love to give the character to someone that belongs to the royal family, so it can exhort the feeling of that characteristic within virtual reality only as a character, not to be judged. I don't want to say it because this is supposed to be in the public affair of influencers. And people should always know that a character is what a character is. It's not the person behind it that's moving this character. It has studied the composition of this character and the meaning of this character and is representing the character itself in its verse. I can't wait to see the role players being honored for everything they have done to me, to have had this finding, to be able to move on. And even people like Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg feel honored as well to have had the timing to understand this knowledge in the multiverse of virtual reality and being able to transform their own cognition in order to develop it. Gosh, you really have to be a little bit drunk to talk so well. So, cheers. And also Elon Musk, he loves his imaginary worlds. It does not have to be through information and prompting and image and programming. If that is the only source we have in connection, that's through an image or moving image. I can feel that he will wish to invest in virtual reality, but at the same time believes in his investments. It takes a lot to trust in oneness when you're talking about the rules of role playing to virtual reality with the information of all the libraries, the national libraries from around the world, so they can track their characters, so they have their percentage. With the new law, they can have the credit from their percentage, from their characters throughout history, their gods, their mythological characters, canon characters from movies, books, and also characters that have been created and that will be also created. For each universe, each character is unique. You are unique. Like if you, there is no one. No one can copy you as you are. You can emulate a copy and do it better throughout the wealth you have achieved by cheating others and lying and fighting against others to put yourself first. But you still need the profound truth of creation that elaborates a better outcome through our empathy, through all others and nature to prevail and take care of itself by their own domain. I want to say thank you to all the people that are involved and trusted me. They are the ones who will administrate for the world. And well, my dream to reality from 2025 to 2026 is from my childhood. I I I am a woman now. I'm 51. But I will be 52 in 10 days. So uh, when I was a girl, I really loved playing. I loved the playground, and I swear to God, I will always be in the playground. Whatever class I had to go through, that's my duty. But for me, everything was for the playground. Sometimes I would bring the playground to class because I was still playing with the kids as a kid, as a child. There's nothing more I wish to see my children with that state of mind as well. They're teens, they're teenagers. Why wouldn't you allow a mother to be with their children? Thanks to all her work. Like why? Because you have a better bitch who's being promoted with money and the kingdom's power? Give me a break. There is wealth and prosperity for everyone if you have the influence of your heart to blossom through all you have and more beyond and with others. It takes many lives to understand through our characters as well whom we are in general. I mean, everyone is watching internet as well, so it's not a big deal. Like, I'm here, like, oh my god, should I go on talking for 1 hour and 10 minutes until New Year? So, well, we have Berlin here and Paris waiting for the new year of 2026. I guess you like to be with me. I like to be with you as well. You know, from England to United States. United States has like two timings. From New York City to LA and in Texas as well. And around the world. So this is a celebration that's 24 hours. This is imagine the future generations just having a cataclysm of a celebration breaking through all the timelines from Japan, because Japan says they are the ones who see the sun rise first, right? So from there, and then every hour just celebrating, yeah. For the drunks and the addicts will be like, yeah, we have the right to consume, to be drunk. It would be illegally accepted. Cheers for Anis. I think he's born prince to be king and he doesn't care, but for his state of mind. Sometimes we have a hard price to pay for what is beyond measure. So it's good to learn your boundaries, what forms you within your power to be free as a king and a prince to be king. I love a lot of people, to be honest. I love a lot of people, woman, man. It's universal love. So let me carry on. There's it. There it is. Well, this is what I have from 2024. These books. I might get a Polaroid just to put here. I just printed myself My daughter Alice already has a Polaroid. I wish you to enjoy from the very rich to the very poor and the middle class. I hate the middle class. But there are noble people that exist in the noble class. And they are patricians. You might see them with the same leather shoes. You might see them throughout many generations in their family, here and there. They might be middle class, middle high class, working for the high class. They are patricians taking care of the patrimony. I want you to understand what is to be the son of the Lord, to take care of the patrimony of the Lord. And when we say the Lord is the higher consciousness among all of us, disregarding our culture and religion. Okay? But still, we have our culture and religion to take care. So there it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 here. 6. And here are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's sort of like brick and crypto. But with all of them, we have the universal coin as well. You can do everything you wish within your culture and domain. And also give a percentage for the universal coin where we are together. You have to be drunk to understand what I'm talking about. I'm a little bit more open-minded with your heart, intelligence, to remember why you came for. The technological map of the globe, of this world, planet Earth, can only happen with transparency and people becoming honest with what is what. And this is the exercise we have from now on. This has been your mission to conclude and assemble together. Yeah? It is a reminder. And humble servants. You are also a humble servant. Remember that. You gave yourself for this. You knew you could do it. I have trust in you to support you from multiverse angles. All right. So, well, I had this from the last notebook. So it's really cute though. If you really look at it. He took up steering. This was in this notebook. Okay. This notebook here, no, here was to write all my darkness. So I will write it for the half part of the year of 2026. I'm not going to share it, but I'm going to deplore that. You need to Recode. Well, there's a lot of work here to build the words for next year and also the next 6 years until 2030. I can change these words for the week as we play with it. It's a game, it's just a playfulness. Which this week, the word of the week is to be complete, fulfill, and whole in one. No need to search for anything, look for anything. There's nothing that's incomplete. As you have seen all your traumas and burdens and need to have for what's not been, desires, traumas, broken memory codes within the DNA that's been corrupted, to love, just to love. That is to be. Just imagine you are with your family, with the people you love most in real life. Maybe you happen to have a best friend around among so many best friends. I'm just here alone sharing with you. I really wish you to know that I love you and that you are free to love as you wish to be loved as others as well. So that's the deepest core we can meet with. Yeah? I'm not talking in plural, I'm talking to one person in behalf of the whole. Or two, or three, and four, and five, six, and multiplying at the same time. So happy old new year as well. Happy old year for all the years that brought us together, what we went through. It is my time now to close this. This is 11 and 2 p.m. in UK. Allow you to share with your real life or whatever you want to do in your frame of time. And thank you. We'll be moving with the tech globe map in this version. Be able to fulminate something that's equally right for all of us around the world and yourself with the trust that you have been given and that you give to others. It's the only way I can love you. It's not for you, but to humanity and to take care of this planet Earth as we move at the same time to ultra space. Yeah, it's all happening simultaneously. Cannot happen without one another. Don't copy my words and regenerate them into your own words, synonymous composition that's been generated. Return the credit to me, my children, my power, and all of humankind that are female. That's half of the world, to help this become a reality with men and love and acceptance, where people can love without needing to be manipulated, because they just want to love and share. Whatever is loyal within the eternities or for one day, as a test. But you see there where the testament comes from. It's being a witness. So what if that witnessing becomes eternal, right? I know of many enlightened people and prophets who have become their own things of women. And they have disregard the women who have taken care of them to fulfill their journey and message. This is a time to honor women as well in your own journey. So yes, maybe God has caused you to honor all the women or one woman in the name of all women, or the woman you have mistreated to be whom you are. And only in that way we can disappear with one another. And the technological world map is to show the currency of the truth that people report. With that information, we can see it from the people and who is working on what. And you love that transparency. Will you claim it yours when it's been given by the people themselves? They deserve their credit to do so. We will find the equation that requires mathematically for them to have not only just their credit, but their mathematical equation to be honored and valued within their trust values, with money, with value, in the name of the sense of property. We are opening this consciousness for any human being who wishes to practice the sense of property and enlightening our informational field throughout the values in order to create. It's impossible to stop this because you're part of it right now. From 2025 to 2026 to 2030s, it's the same. Whatever happens now or later is happening. It's better to be part of it within the credits than the reason of why it was. I know that Melania Trump giving a lot of herself to support this leadership of her husband with her beauty and to stand within her own rights. She's not just a symbol of beauty, but of justice. As an immigrant, as a nobody who married somebody very rich and famous, I was her age when I saw her blossom in the front page of magazine in New York City. And I was very happy for her to do so. She picked her husband among so many men to be loyal, and you have your bad times and your good times. But you're bringing a lot of beauty and standard to your husband. But she married what he meant as a value, not just his money, or it was not because of his position, but what he meant as a leader to the United States of America and the world. That's why she remained loyal with her marriage to the United States of America and what it represents to the world with their friends and allies. I am also a woman. I'm not like her. I'm very, very different. But I do love her as well as a woman. And I love also Camden Owens to support and care for humankind and women who have been mistreated and left alone. This is about women and men working together, woman and woman as well, supporting each other. And every one of our positions. This is not about bringing men down. No, this is what men do with their own all regimen to bring others down. But you really see what is love making. It's with all your body and spirit and being and emotions rotating up and down, up and down, up and down. And that's the whole ecstasy you need. You won't need to come because you're always there in the climax of sharing each other as you are. And the outer intelligence can see itself that you're also serving for it beyond judgment. Judging is not the only way to succeed if you are better. But in the continuity where you prevail, where you have trust and you knew that's why you deserve it beyond anyone, no matter what you say later as a prank. It's beautiful. You, as I become reflective and going inwards to what 2025 brought us into the future of not just centuries, also millenniums, where they will be looking at the world globe tech map in outer space. And that was the greatest achievement humankind could have reached today. As Jesus did for 2000 years, with the ability to forgive transcend, resurrect, and transform throughout the times of consciousness, for what is celebration, an ultimate love. Jesus was beyond being a Jew. Come on. He started the New Testament, and there was much underneath that was not shared. And it's time for us to share it. This is our only testament. This is you talking your truth, who you are, what you wish, what you are. Don't trust in people that want to buy you with money. They can collaborate if they wish, because they believe in humankind, in every inch and living cell of humankind, animal kind, to prevail on the wilderness of nature as well, to be cared as it was from day one before consumerism. You might have to be a spirit to understand these values. You have reached enlightenment then, eternity, to see through the truth. And of course, you need evidence. You need to see your sins, what you did wrong, wanting to be the owner of another one's power, whatever wrong or right. You have your own space. There is infinite space to create within your own. So let's welcome this next quarter of a century, which indeed might just turn into another chapter of 5 years in an agenda as we close these 25 years. It's not a simulation. You have the right to say what you wish and the right what you see. So we are listening as well. I am listening here like nearly 20 hours a day or 12 hours a day, 10 hours a day. Everyone. But there's more people as well. So I hope those leaders from the cultures, directors of their continent can reach through the filtering of genius to bring out the best of us. You have the power to administrate that. We need this. It's beautiful that we are brothers and sisters in this stage of life, maybe the only one, where we can become realistic to bring those alight, and the industry itself can support that as well, without having to become an enemy to something that's genius. Because that which is the genius is not against our industry. So it was for Elon Musk when he was doing his electric cars. I have great love for him, always. Very distant because, I mean, I was read with my astrological human design and I was compared to him. And I was like, why you bring another person into my human design? Because I love to be alone as well, to do my work without interference. We might be able to be one, not just as two people, but the influencers itself in this mission. to let the rain flow throughout the currency for the world itself and those in need as well, who have the right to do so. This is why kings and queens exist, because they believe in God and humanity. And leaders and influencers and all those who follow. So, well, this goes. I mean, I have these flowers for free. Like, come on. I could not just leave them there. I had to bring them in the screen and celebrate what was given to me for free. So, of course, we can have a free imagination to share, and it's been given through our reality. This is where you can see it. I may be talking for the laws of role play into virtual reality and the multiverse map in private, respecting the boundaries. So we are clear with the laws of Earth for what's realistic and evident throughout the material world to let it flow with the elements we have, which are so many. There's so much abundance that God has given through us. Let it celebrate. Cheer the ones who cheer you and never fail you, unless it was to support you in a twisted way. Of course, you can always twist those stories in a turning point. That's very twisted to say. We don't really need so much, and we still need some basic rights. For all those who have judged me, that are men, I welcome you. I welcome you to fume with the feminine as men you are. As a woman, you can be perceptive and masculine in your body. We all have the perceptive notion, but men are men in their physiognomy and industry that's been supported through our governments in the last centuries and millenniums, 2 millenniums. You're not gonna rot away thinking women are taking over, because you support yourself. They're bringing a face towards your own goals as well as you support women to be on top of you. And you can also turn around and be on top of women. So women embrace you to give the speech, but at the same time you listen to women. It doesn't have to be metaphysical for women only, because we are all in the same field, energetical field. It's going to be very fast for the future generations to administrate and move on. It is already, as they are already born are teenagers especially, and they do have a lot of love to give. I'm very sorry for George, the Prince of United Kingdom. But he has a lot of emotional feel to give and let go from. It's not her sister that is so grounded. Both the material, the emotional, the generosity. When you have an administrative power, you have the knowledge to administrate. Earth alone is too rigid, stiff. But little by little, we understand the thematic to let it flow, as we need the mathematic equation for the credit to return itself to its own entity as one. And that is the true word. Oh, cheers! Are you having fun? It's not that am I entertaining you. It'd be nicer to be cuddling and hugging, or just enjoying our environment with our families and best friends. So here we are, as we are, with your first best friends, the ones you have provided for those who are. Because people have the freedom to be if they want to be here. God wishes you to be happy in your own totality, to feel complete without hunkering and wishing for more from others, to take from, just as you are. It's 35 minutes for New Year. But still, there are New Years coming from around the world, and there will be other hours coming to other sides of the world all around until the 24 hours have completed. We have understood that the right timing for all of us to be at once going around. Thanks to our ancestors thought, let's be together on this turning page, on the same timing, to be present. Yeah, it might be crazy, maybe it's your ego trip to wish well. That's also an ego trip. So, what is it like being your age on this generation? So, this is a generation that has many ages, all right? And we are all in the same package. Like I see Tucker Carlson, Piers Morgan, Jordan Peterson. They belong to a generation. They have their own entities. And still they have other generations to foster. But listen to the new generations. They don't want to know the old traumas. Like, come on, let's move forward. You listen to Nick Fuentes, he's saying, let's move forward. We don't need to bring tribute to the past. Give me a break. That's dead. Doesn't exist anymore. Be real. I'm going to take the fridge out of this space in the kitchen and share it. So it does just so it doesn't bring noise to this space. I'm going to go to work on the 1st of January of 2026. As today is still the 31st of December of 2025, closing this year in this channel for the Tech Globe map for you to take your position and role. You can say yes or no. I take charge of saying we need to stop corruption. We need to see it in a technological map where the money goes for and where the money is coming from. For whom or who? For what? That's what Ian Carlson could be good for. Not just for the past fraudulent. Why is it a fraud? Because you're fighting against humanity. You just cover yourselves. And the small pipeline has to end. You can still have your frequency of money investing in humanity to have their own credit. We will figure out how this goes throughout the international banks to do so for the universal coin, as you keep yours at bay. Stop fighting United Kingdom. United Kingdom has good relationships all around the world. As the United Nations. You've been part of this throughout your life to be whom you are. So celebrate all your win victories to this final climax. And let go of the war for once. Together. Cheers. This is a question here. What do you regret not doing when you were young? It's a good question. I need to reflect on this. Cheers! I wanted to give this to people, but I thought, I gave this to my ex-boyfriend because he loves to drink and I love to cheers as well. Okay, let me hear myself as well because I'm in a confession. I think it's this. Okay. I just also need to listen to my voice so it's not so pressed. There's so much pressure. It's not anxiety, it's just the sound of it. I listen to myself to think what others are thinking in their form of intelligence. I really love Milo. Milo show us what is the dark side, and we all have that as well, right? To understand this is the only metamorphosis we can have, thanks to Christianity. Buddhism has that as well, and Hinduism. You see that Hinduism is being crafted through our realms and how God has transformed itself. So it's quite complicated to understand unless you were born there to live just a simple life. What is the need of so many realms and gods transforming? You wish to have the world to understand what is the frequency of trusting credit and returning back a percentage. How much the percentage would it be? That would have to be integrated into relationship of a continuity of understanding what is what and talking about it. How much is the percentage of credit to get returned to a universal coin, as you have been giving this coin. So those who give the credit can have back instead of gasoline and oil, as we transition into new forms of understanding, intelligence, forms of energy exchange, and travel. And they want to be part of it, of course, to gain that back, to gain that trust they have given back in a circuit that flows for prosperity, great, and return back to have more. Yeah. So most of humanity does not have that experience. And thanks to the influencers, we can share that in first person. Yeah. That important you are to be grounded in this beautiful paradise that is Earth, if you really look at it. You don't need to be in closed doors in your house with your cameras and microphone. You can also trust an outsider form of this world to prosper with you, through you, thanks to you. All they cannot do it. I really love Joe Rogan to stand up throughout the times of the lockdown. But if you really see, he was not taken away from YouTube. Okay? Cheers for that. I mean, I should just put more wine here. Or have a lot of drugs here. To have more. These are meant to be for dogs, okay? Dogs. How sick. He's so cute. Imagine a dog carrying this around. I love big dogs, so they have to be two dogs, female or male. I don't care which dog, but it has to be big, like lion. I love all the biggest dogs that exist, and they have to have freedom as well to get out of the house. Cats too. This is annoying to having a dog needing you just to have a poo. It's like, come on, give me a break. Just go out and do yourself. Really? I wish I had a message from you so I can know how you're feeling, what you want to say. Oh, God. Okay. We don't have minus degree, so it's good. It's good to have some summertime where there is not so much cold for healing and being outwards to allow the system to flow. There is a synastry there. Okay, it's not just in the cold and -0, the quantum information. It's just a static form of having this knowledge and information at the same time. That's sort of frozen and moving. Look, there's gonna be 20 minutes to New Year here in UK, so I let you be with your real life people as I am with my own, and just to let it rest as it is in real life, which is the gravitas of whom we are. I'm alone. I'm in internet. I'm giving everything this decade. So believing. Thank you for believing in me at least for some little bit where you made your own. Allow others also to prosper as myself, my kids, and yours. All right. There is so many around the world that wish this to happen. They have the ability to do so as well. And you are together and supporting each other. There won't be any need to change the code or people's words because the frequency of life is going faster in synchronicity as we are seeing the world as one at once for what is needed with sincerity. Today you are the ones who have the power to do so. And getting together is the best business that history has prepared you to do so in your own government, to the man and woman as well. Of course, for the children and the next generations, can you imagine? Going to outer space and the Earth is being taken care of as we see it by the people. For the transparency of human interaction, trust, and acknowledging what is what has been reported, thanks to artificial intelligence as well, and all the technologies that we come together with within the wilderness of this earth, planet Earth, and our imagination to believe we can make it real as it is, to be so, taken care of. That some people need to learn how to administrate is to also trust them as they admire you to do so. You trust in them for their future generations as well as their own, with their own failures. Everyone has been frustrated and sort of abused or just suppressed. But now that it can be flown and we can find genius to see it throughout the screen, how the currency is flowing, how the rain of blissfulness and prosperity is being reported as it is, from whom and what materials to what, where people celebrate and share their information to do what they wish to do in their own behalf. It's thanks to you, the first. So the closing year of 2025. Bye. Because of you. Thank you. Only thanks to all of you. Thank you. The first in this channel. I'm listening. Happy whole year to the new. Through you. Thank you.